YouTube, how's it going? The GOAT House is back with another 7-round NFL mock draft. This one's for the New York Jets. They have the 3rd overall pick in the upcoming draft. We did a video for the Cardinals and the Niners already. We're going to go in draft order. We're going to plug the teams in where their original pick would be. So the Browns would be at 17, the Saints where they would originally pick. So we'll get through all the teams eventually here. Today I'm going to do the Jets this video first, and then we will get to the Raiders, and we should continue with the other teams in a day or so. So the Jets don't have a 2nd-round pick. That's a little unfortunate, but they have early picks, opportunity to get better here. Right before we get started with this, check out our Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, links in the description for all. Constantly posting on both the Twitter and Instagram, talking a lot of free agency on the Twitter. Patreon, something new we created, chance to get extra content to you guys, so check it out. But on to the Jets, the first pick. And this is kind of a grade A mock draft for all these teams. Grade A and somewhat realistic. You know, in my opinion, I should say it's realistic. So on to the first pick, I am taking Quinnen Williams. I think Quinnen Williams is their guy. He actually might be number 1 on their board, even though they pick 3. You know, that maybe they would consider Bosa, but they're supposed to keep the 3-4. Some think Bosa can play the 3-4. I feel a little more comfortable with him in the 4-3. Quinnen Williams can play either. He's my number 1 player in the draft as of now. Josh Allen could be an option too. I heard they would like to trade back and get more picks because last year they traded up to get Darnold, basically, and then they lost some picks. That's why they don't have a 2nd-rounder. So they could trade back a little bit, but I don't know how you can pass on a guy like Quinnen Williams. Put him on the line. In the 3-4, I think he'd be better in that end spot, but he can play the nose spot. But better in that end spot, opposite of Leonard Williams. So a lot of that makes sense. I think it'd be a great pick. So that's who I have the Jets. That's what the Jets are going with here in the 1st round. On to their next pick, which is round 3. I got them going Eric McCoy from Texas A&M. He's their center. They missed out on some centers in free agency. I like McCoy a lot. You know, he possibly can go 2nd round. He's a guy that can play center or guard. He possibly can go 2nd round, but this is best case scenario and somewhat realistic. And I think 3rd round, it's realistic. You know, it's possible here. So maybe they have to trade up a little bit. But, again, they don't want to give up picks. McCoy in the 3rd round would be an A-plus pick here for the Jets in an instant starter, which they need in that position right now. Moving on. Another 3rd-round pick. They get Justin Lane, the corner from Michigan State. He's a big riser. You know, I've seen some people talking about 2nd round possibly. I feel a little more comfortable in the 3rd round. You know, he can work on his footwork a little bit, but he's got good instincts, very good in the red zone. Lengthy corner, can run with receivers. I think the Jets will like him. They desperately need another corner here opposite of Tremaine Johnson. Yeah, they got some few other guys that can play, but, you know, you never can have enough corners. I like Justin Lane for them. I like him a lot. I think it's a good fit. I think it's realistic in round 3, but, again, it's a guy that could possibly go round 2. So, moving on. Next pick, round 4, Ben Banogu from TCU. He's an outside linebacker. He's going to fit in this defense right where they wanted to play Anthony Barr, but unfortunately he went back. So Banogu, they'll like him. He could be a little better in the run game. He's more like a speed rusher on the outside. They definitely can use somebody like that, though, for the outside. They're set at inside linebacker. So grabbing him in the 4th round would be fantastic. Next pick, I got them taking the nose tackle from Washington, Greg Gaines. They could use a nose tackle for the future, maybe not for this year, but for the future. Greg Gaines has got a whole bunch of potential, you know, not far off from Vita Vea, and he was a 1st-round pick, too. So I'm a similar style player. Obviously, Vita Vea is a better prospect, but Gaines could be their future nose tackle there, so that would be a good round 5 guy. Next pick, I got them taking, this is their last pick, actually. I got them taking Tyrone Prescott from NC State. He can be a guard depth guy for them and potentially play early on in his career. You know, he has some snaps in the past at tackle, so usually those guys, end up developing pretty quick. Guard just seems a lot easier for some of these guys than tackle. Did play guard this last year for NC State and was very solid. So I think he could be, he's a sleeper guy in late rounds, I think. You know, he's not getting a lot of talk right now, but back here, you're expecting depth for offensive line. That's what the Jets get here. So there's their drafts. There's my mock for the Jets. You know, they could definitely use some more picks, but it is going to be hard to trade back if Quinnen Williams is on the board there with that 3rd overall pick. But if he's not, you know, it could be a blessing in disguise. You know, they can, end up gathering more picks, getting more impact guys right away. So let me know your thoughts. Any Jets fans out there, give me your 7-round mock for them. What players you think fit here, which ones you didn't like. I like to see all that. So Yeah, we're going to keep ripping through this. We also have a fan-voted mock draft going on, so you can vote for these teams. We're kind of well past the Jets. We're in the teens. They're the mid-teens. So you guys vote for the pick. We'll make a video when it's all done. Some interesting players you guys picked for each team. So can't wait to go over that. So go check out our Twitter for that. Make sure you vote. But that's going to do it for the Jets mock. 20K is at our subscriber goal. We have plenty of content here covering the NFL. Free agency talk. You know, we're going to recap free agency coming up. You know, who had the best free agency, the best signings, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. We got mock drafts, these drafts, plenty of draft coverage. And during the season, plenty of NFL coverage as well. Click that like button, click that notification button as well. We have random live streams that we kind of decide on last second, so you're going to want to turn those notifications on. That's going to do it, though. Thanks for watching. Plenty more to come. Goodbye.